Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, friends. It's a long time that we have been doing this Java programming. For almost a year back, I stopped it because of some highly personal reasons. So we have actually uploaded Java programming up to part 6 of 33. We have actually uploaded Java programming part 6 of 33. That was the last upload. After that, of the 33 chapters, only 6 chapters or 6 videos have been uploaded. So now onwards, we are going to upload the remaining. So at present, right now, we are now uploading Java programming part 7 of 33. Java programming part 7 of 33. Now onwards, confidently, I believe that there won't be any interruptions in the streaming of the course. We will be continuing the streaming every 2 days or every 3 days, like that. You can listen to the lectures absolutely for free. This is a YouTube program, and the program is the course is absolutely free. You know it. Now look, in this video session, we are actually discussing multi-dimensional arrays in Java. Multi-dimensional arrays in Java. In fact, a multi-dimensional array is an array of arrays. Multi-dimensional array is an array of arrays. In fact, each element of a multi-dimensional array is an array in itself. Each element is an array in itself. Like that. Okay, fine. And we are discussing a series of example programs in this multi-dimensional array session. A lot of examples on multi-dimensional array also is discussed. Especially we are discussing, programs on for each loop, etc. For each loop is very much popular in Java, for each loop. It is not simply the for loop, it is the for each loop. So we have given you examples on for each loop also. So you can go through the programs and have a look at you can have a look at the video describing the multidimensional array. Now, okay, fine. Now I am going to stop. Part 4, multidimensional arrays. Part 4, multidimensional arrays. A multidimensional array is an array of arrays. It's an array of arrays. Each element of a multidimensional array is an array itself. For example, look, int a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket. A is the name of the array. Is equal to new int with a square bracket 3 followed by with a square bracket 4. Put a semicolon like this. So this is a multidimensional array by name A. A multidimensional array with the name of the array is A. It has got 3 rows and 4 columns. That is it. 3 rows and 4 columns. It's very simple. So it's of type int. Fine. The name of the array is A of type int. It's a 2-dimensional array with 3 rows and 4 columns. Put semicolon like this. Okay, fine. Here we have created a multi-dimensional array named A. It's a 2-dimensional array that can hold a maximum of 12 elements. It can hold a maximum of 12 elements. A graphical representation of the 2-dimensional array. A graphical representation of the 2-dimensional array. Int, a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket, then the name of the array is equal to new int 3 within square bracket followed by 4 within square bracket. Put a semicolon. So this is the syntax for a two-dimensional array. This has got 3 rows and 4 columns. See, two-dimensional array in bracket, 3 rows and 4 columns. See, row 1, row 2 and row 3. Similarly, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. So there are 4 columns and 3 rows. So 3 rows, row 1, row 2, row 3, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Look, each cell A of 0, 0, A of 0, 1, A of 0, 2, A of 0, 3. 0th row and 0th column, 0th row and 1th column, 0th row and 2th column, 0th row and 3rd column. Fine. So it's actually 3 indexes. These are all indexes. Yeah, next. Row 2. A of 1, 0. A of 1, 1. A of 1, 2. A of 1, 3. Fine. It's also very simple. Row 3. A of 2, 0. A of 2, 1. A of 2, 2. A of 2, 3. Fine. Row and column. First square bracket is the row. Second square bracket contains the column. That's it. The first square bracket will be containing the row and the second square bracket will be containing the column. Fine. It's a very simple representation of a very simple two-dimensional array with 3 rows and 4 columns. Fine. How to initialize a two-dimensional array? Now let us see how we can initialize a two-dimensional array. Look, here is how we can initialize a two-dimensional array in Java. Look, int a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket. Then A is the name of the array. The multi-dimensional arrays. The two-dimensional array's name is A is equal to. Open the brace. Then again open the brace and keep the elements of the first row. 1, 2, 3. Close the brace, comma. Then put the elements of the second row. Look, open the brace. 4, 5, 6, 9. Close the brace. Again, comma. Then again the element of the third row. Element of the third row. Open the brace, only 7. Close the brace. Then close the brace, put semicolon. Look, each element, see, for example, row 1. Row 1 has got 3 elements only. So that means its column 1 is filled, its column 2 is filled, its column 3 is filled. 1, 2, 3. The column 4 of row 1 is not filled. It's vacant. Whereas in the second case, row 2, all the columns are filled. See, 4, 5, 6, 9. All the columns are filled. In the case of third row, row 3, only one column is filled. See, 7. 7 goes to first column only. So row 3's only one column is filled. The remaining 3 columns are vacant. Fine. It's like that's what you should understand. Look. So now, as you can see, each element of the multidimensional array is an array itself. Each element of a multidimensional array is an array itself. And also, unlike C/C++, each row of the multidimensional array in Java can be of different length. It can be of different length. For example, in the case first row, length is only 3. In the second case, row 2, the length is 4. And in the third case, the length is 1. Like that. See, initialization of a two-dimensional array. It is that very simple. It's very flexible in comparison with the C/arrays. Fine. Now we are coming out with more examples from arrays. This time it is multi-dimensional array. We are starting with some multi-dimensional arrays. Now for this I am using a new package. Look, I have used my package 02. My package 02. Look, package my package 02 semicolon. So now I have just created a new package because I can just go to this one here and click, right click, go to new and click package. Here you I have just put there my package 2. I put my package 2. Like that I created a new package. So creating a new package is that easy. Okay, fine. You know all those things. I have shown it many times. So like that I have now created a new package by name my package 02. Look, my package 02. Into this my package 02 I am now going to add one class. See, for that also it's very simple. Just right click, go to new, come to this class, fine, click. Now look. This time I am going to use a class by name MD array. For multidimensional array, MD array. So type in here MD array. Okay, fine. After that you click this public static void main string args in order for creating the main function also in the generated code. Click this also. Okay, this is the process. I am very sure you know all these things very well, but still I was just showing it again and again. Look, I just cancel it. Now okay. We have now created the package my package 02 semicolon. Fine. Now look, a two-dimensional array example. This is a two-dimensional array example. Look, call this file as mdarray.java. What does it mean? mdarray.java. That means you are going to create a class by name mdarray. That's true here. Look, public class mdarray. The name of the class is mdarray. Hence the file name should be mdarray.java. Fine. After that, open the brace. Next, we are calling the main function. Public static void main in bracket string args, close the bracket. Now, then open the brace. After that, we are creating a 2D array. See, create a 2D array. It's very simple to create, you know it. Instead of type int, a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket and the name of the array. Here it is A, small a. A is the name of the multidimensional array is equal to, open the brace. Then again inside, open the brace and keep the elements for the first row. In braces 1, 2, 3, close the brace, comma. For the second row, this is for the first row. Now for the second row, again open the brace like this, 4, 5, 6, 9, close the brace. Again put a comma like this. Okay, this is the second row. Now comes the third row. Again open the brace. We are keeping only one element, 7. Close the brace. Here we have to keep one comma here also. Before the closing brace, we have to keep a comma at this point also. Don't forget. This point also you have to keep a comma. Here we kept one comma. Here we kept one comma. Here also we have to keep a comma. And then close the brace, put semicolon. So this way we have now created a two-dimensional array with the 3 rows and 4, maximum 4 columns. The two-dimensional array has got 3 rows and maximum 4 columns. Okay, fine. It's very simple. First row contains 3 elements. Second row contains 4 elements. And third row contains only 1 element. Okay, all those things is very clear from the picture. Fine. Now look, calculate the length of each row. You can calculate the length of each row. Now look, observe, we are using the length property. Observe, length is a property of arrays. You are familiar with this concept, length. Length is a property of arrays. Fine. So next, system.out.print line in bracket, length of row 1, put a colon like this, that much is within double quote, plus a of 0 dot length. Close the bracket, semicolon. A of 0, the 0th index, a of 0 dot length. Close the bracket, put semicolon. Next, system.out.print line in bracket again, length of row 2, put a colon like this. The whole thing is within double quote, plus a of 1 dot length. close the bracket, put a semicolon like this. So 0th row, and then this is the 1th row, a of 1 dot length. Again, close the bracket, put semicolon. Now finally we are coming to the 3rd row. System dot out dot print line, again within double quote, length of row 3. Put a colon like this. The whole thing is with the double quote plus a of within square bracket 2 dot length. Close the bracket, put a semicolon. So all the 3 rows we have now considered, and we have used the length property in order to calculate the length of each row. Okay, fine. Then this is the closing brace. This is the closing brace for the main function. This is the closing brace. The main function has come to an end. And then this is the closing brace for the class definition MD array, multidimensional array. See MD array. The name of the class is MD array. So that has come to an end at this point. It has come to an end at this point. So the program has come to an end. Fine. Now some small comments I have put. In the above example, we are creating a multidimensional array named A. The name of the array is A. Named A. Full stop. Since each component of a multidimensional array is also an array, in bracket I put A of 0, comma, A of 1, comma, and A of 2 are also arrays, close the bracket, full stop. Also here we are using the length attribute to calculate the length of each row. We have used the length attribute or length property to calculate the length of each row. Fine, it's all very simple. Now look, everything is now we again save. So now I will clear this first. Then now look, I am going to run it. Click this run icon, run MD array, run icon. Yeah, length of row 1 colon 3. Its length is 3, you know it. Length of row 2 colon 4. Its length is 4, we know it. Length of row 3 colon 1. Its length is only 1. See, it's very simple program. Absolutely simple, straightforward. Length of row 1 colon 3, length of row 2 colon 4, length of row 3 colon 1, 5. It's a very simple program, and this is how we are managing multi-dimensional arrays. Fine. We'll now come to an end. We are coming to another program in multi-dimensional arrays. In multi-dimensional array, we are considering another program. Name of the array is MD array 2. Look. So this is also in the same package. Package my package 02. It's very simple. My package 02. You know how to do a new class in a given package. Right click. Just go to new. Come down to the class. Okay. You write the name of the array. Here it is MD array 2. You can just write MD array 2 here. Okay, I have already done. Again, this is very important. Public static void main string that you have to click. Then only you will be getting the main function also generated in the code. In the program, this will be automatically generated. This main function will be automatically generated, provided you click this also. Okay, fine. I have done. You know all those things. We have discussed this matter several times. Okay, fine. So, again, now we'll go to the program. Package, my package 02, semicolon. Okay. Then print all elements of a 2D array using for loop. A 2-dimensional array, we are printing all the elements in the 2D array using a for loop. Call this file as mdarray2.java. Why? As a result, what is happening? mdarray2.java is the name of the file. Obviously, mdarray2 is the class which contains the entire code of this program. Fine. So that is why you come to the next. Public class mdarray2. Since it is mdarray2, we have the file name as mdarray2.java. You know the relation between the file name and the class or class name. Fine. Next, open the brace. We are coming to the next line. Open the brace. Then we are calling the main function public static void main in bracket string args. Okay, the typical main function generated. This is actually a generator code. Okay, otherwise you will have to, because we have ticked that public in that window. You remember that. So that's why this code is automatically generated. Okay, fine. Then open the brace. Now we are coming to the actual code. See, we are declaring a two-dimensional array by name A of type int, a pair of semicolon, a pair of square bracket, followed by another pair of square brackets. So because this is a multi-dimensional, two-dimensional array, so we have got two pairs of square brackets. So int, a pair of square bracket, followed by another pair of square bracket, then the name of the array A. The name of the array is A is equal to, see, open the brace, look, open the brace. This is the outer opening brace. This is the outer opening brace. Then subsequently we are putting the rows. So this is also within braces. Look, open the brace, 1, comma, minus 2, comma, 3. Close the brace, put a comma. Next to row. Next to row, again, open the brace, minus 4, comma, minus 5, comma, 6, comma, 9. Again, close the brace, put a comma here. This row has 4 columns. See, this row has 4 columns, whereas the previous row had only 3 columns. Now the last row, that is, again, open the brace, we are putting 7, close the brace. Again, you have to keep a semicolon here. So this row has got only 1 column. So the first row had actually 3 columns, the second row had 4 columns, and the third row has only 1 column. Okay, fine. So one element only. So again, we are keeping 1 comma here. After that, the closing brace. The closing. This is the outer opening brace. So this is the closing brace for the entire empty array. Then put semicolon. You have to keep the semicolon like this. Okay, fine. It's very, very simple declaration. Now look, for. Now we are just using the for loop. For int I is equal to 0, semicolon, I less than a dot length, semicolon, plus I, close the bracket. Here we are checking the number of rows. We have got how many rows? 3 rows. So we have got 3 rows. So that's why I am telling you, here we are checking the number of rows. Each row has got different sets of columns. That's a different point. That's what we are doing in the second. So for int I is equal to 0, semicolon, I less than a dot length, semicolon, plus I, close the bracket, open the brace. For the outer loop, this is the outer loop. Inside again, one more loop is there. For int j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than a of I dot length, semicolon, plus j, close the bracket. Then open the brace, system dot out dot print line, print ln means print line, in bracket a of I followed by a of the j. Both I and j are kept within square brackets. Close the bracket, put semicolon and close the brace at this point for the inner loop. Look, in the case of inner loop, look, here I have put some comment. Here we are checking the elements in each row. In this inner loop, we are checking the elements in each row. That's very important to observe. So each row has got different columns. First one had 3 columns, second has got 4 columns, and the third has got only 1 column. So obviously it has to be separately checked. That's why we are using this inner loop. So the inner loop will check each column numbers or number of columns in each row. So that is a of I dot length. Okay, fine. Here we are checking the elements in each row. Fine. Then open the brace. Then system dot out dot print ln or print line in bracket a of I, then followed by a of j, followed by a of I followed by j. Both are in square bracket. Close the bracket, put semicolon here. Fine. Then close the brace for the inner loop. This is the closing brace for the outer loop. Fine. This is the closing brace for the main function, and this is the closing brace for our actual class MD array 2. MD array 2 class is coming to an end at this point, or MD array 2 is now coming to an end at this point. So the program is coming to an end. So this our function, our class declaration is coming to an end at that point. Look, public class MD array 2. Its declaration is coming to an end at this point. That means the program has come to an end. Very simple. It's a very, very simple program. So this multi-dimensional array has got 2 for loops. One an outer for loop, inside that for loop, another inner for loop. Fine. So it's all very clear what for we are using the inner for loop and what for we are using the outer for loop. Everything is very, very clear. Now look, you can just save everything. Just click here. Yeah, it's very simple. You are getting all the output. See, look, 1, minus 2, 3. 1, minus 2, 3. Next, minus 4, minus 5, 6, 9. Minus 4, minus 5, 6, 9. And last, 7. All the elements are listed 1 by line. You see, it's all. All the elements are listed one after another, line by line. Fine. It's a very simple multidimensional array program using for loop. It's very important to observe. We are using the for loop. Okay, fine. I think it's very simple and we can come to an end at this point. Yeah, another example from two-dimensional array. This also we are keeping inside the same package, my package 02. This particular program also we are keeping in the same package, my package 02. So we will go through the program. It's a very simple program. So the name, so first line is package, my package 02, semicolon. As usual, the name of the package is the first package, my package 02, semicolon. And you know, this particular class also we have kept in the same package. As I told you, it's very simple to do. See, right click, go to new, right click, go to new, come to class. Fine. You are familiar with this very much. And here you keep the name of the class. What is the class name? I have kept my class. So you keep my class here. The name of the class, my class you keep here. Then this is a very important step. Public static void main string args. This you have to click. Then only the main function also will get generated in the code. Okay. In fact, you can write it also by your hand. There is absolutely no problem. If you are missing it, you can write it by your hand. But since this facility is also already given by Eclipse IDE, always you utilize it, use it. So click it, okay, then close it. Definitely, it is not a must that you should do it. You can definitely write it by your hand. But once this also you are clicking, that particular line of code, the main function, will be automatically written in the generated code file. So it's okay, fine. Okay, and now you can cancel it. Just I was showing you again and again, even though you know it very well, I know, but again. So now we come, package, my package 02, the name of the package is my package 02. As I told you several times, it's always better, by convention, you have to keep the package name in lowercase letters. It's always advisable to keep the package name in lowercase letters. So my package 02, put semicolon. Next, some comments I have put. Look, demonstrate another two-dimensional array. We are just coming to another two-dimensional array. Call this file as myclass.java. What does it mean? Call this file as myclass.java. Obviously, the class that you are going to create will be named myclass because the file name is myclass.java file. Next, public class myclass. Look, the name of the class is myclass. Hence, the file name is myclass.java. Look, myclass.java file. So, public class myclass. Next line, open the brace. Then we call the function, the main function. Public static void main in bracket. String args, close the bracket, fine. Open the brace. Now we are declaring a simple two-dimensional array. By name, my numbers. The name of the array, this two-dimensional array is my numbers. This is a type int. That's why int. Then a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket. Then the name, my numbers is equal to. There is an outer brace like this. Inside there is two rows. That's actually inside inside the brace 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the brace, comma, next line 5, 6, 7. Close the brace, put a colon, put a comma like this, no problem. Even if you are missing the comma also, no problem, but you keep a comma like this, then close the brace, put a semicolon. So here in this two-dimensional array by name my numbers, the array is already initialized with values. The array is already initialized with the values. That's why we have kept the values. The first two row elements are kept like this. The second row elements are also kept like this. So the whole thing is put within enclosing square bracket, outer square bracket, outer braces. These are the outer brace. This is the closing brace. So, and inside there are two rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. One row, set of row, comma, again 5, 6, 7. That's the second row. Close the brace and put semicolon. Look. So initialized with the specialty is that the values are also already initialized properly with the values. The my numbers array is initialized with proper values. Now we are just trying to get one single value from this two-dimensional array. So we are calling it int x. That value is going to be assigned to the variable x. So my numbers within square bracket 1, again within square bracket 2, semicolon. What does it mean? The specific value at 1, 2 of my numbers, we are now going to access it and assign it to the variable x, int x. That's it. My numbers within square bracket 1 followed by again square bracket 2, semicolon. So the value at my numbers 1, 2, 1 within square bracket, then 2 within square bracket is to be assigned, is to be accessed, and it is assigned to the variable x of type int. Fine. Now look, what is the syntax? My numbers 1, 2, semicolon. See, my numbers is the name of the array. My numbers array contains two one-dimensional arrays. It contains two one-dimensional arrays, namely, see, within braces 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the brace. And 5, 6, 7. So one is this one-dimensional array, one row. Another, again, one more one-dimensional array, 5, 6, 7. That's what I see. My numbers array contains two one-dimensional arrays, namely 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7. Fine. So the array 1, 2, 3, 4 is at 0th row. So the array 1, 2, 3, 4 is at 0th row, and 5, 6, 7 is at 1th row of the multidimensional array my numbers. So this multidimensional array has got two rows. The first one is the 0th row, the second one is the 1th row. Fine. So that's the meaning of this is the 0th row and this is the 1th row. So the element at, see, with square bracket 1, again followed by square bracket 2, is the element in the second row's third column. So second rows. So this one means this for row and the second one is for column. So one is the second row because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 0th row and 5, 6, 7 is the 1th row. So this is the 1th row. 1th rows, see, index 2, that means third column, 0, 1, 2. So that is actually the index 2, that is the element in the second row's third column. That's the meaning of it. You got it? So the element at within square bracket 1 followed by square bracket 2 is the element in the second row's third column. Third column means index 2. This is the third column. 0th index column 0, 1, then this is the 2th. So this is actually the element. Actually that element is 7 only. Look. So the system.out.println in bracket, the value of x is, that which is with the double quote plus x, close the bracket, semicolon. Then this is the closing brace for the main function, and this is the closing brace for the class declaration, my class. That is the end of the show, end of the program. See, that's very simple a program, very, very simple a program. See, just understand the element at 1 followed by 2, that is element at square bracket 1 followed by square bracket 2 is the element in the second rows. This one is the first row and this is the second row's third column. 1 means second row, 2 means third column, 0, 1, 2, third column. Index is 2. Index 2, but it is a third column. That's it. So that's nothing but 7. Look, the value is 7. Fine. System.out.println in bracket the value of x is, that which is within double quote plus x, then semicolon. Fine. You have to keep the semicolon after each program statement. You know, that's mandatory in languages like Java, C++, or C, or even C#, etc. Fine. So this is the end of the brace for the main function, and this is the end of the closing brace for the my class definition, or the program has come to an end at this point. Fine. It's very simple program. Okay, fine. Now we'll save everything. Fine. We'll just run it. Click. See, the value of x is 7. See, the value of x is 7. Look, this is the 7. Value is 7. The value of x is 7. Fine. It's a very, very simple program. Okay, fine. We'll just come to an end. Yeah, we are continuing our discussions in the area of multidimensional arrays only. Here also, we are discussing another program in multidimensional arrays. Fine. So this time the name of the array is TD for two-dimensional array. The name of the file is td.java. Means the class that we are going to create is TD, simply TD. Okay, fine. Yeah, so this time also, as you know, we are keeping the program in the same package, my package 02. My package 02. By this time, you are very much familiar how to create a new class in a given package. Go to new, come to class. Fine. You are very much familiar with this. But again and again, I am telling you, see, simply. Here you can type TD. Here you can type TD. Already I have done. See, this also you click. Public static void main string args. Okay, just for creating the main function in the generated code. As I told you, it's absolutely valid that even if you are not clicking also, no problem. You can do it by your hand. But since this facility is already available in the great Eclipse IDE, why don't you use it? Use it. That's it. It's one of the most beautiful IDEs on. I'm telling you, Eclipse is the best IDE on earth regarding as far as Java is concerned. Eclipse is the oldest also. Oh, Eclipse is fantastically. It has got all the facilities and it is very simple and elegant and easy to use. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. You know all those things. I will just close it. Okay, fine. We'll go through the program. Very simple program. Package. My package is 02. Semicolon. As I told you again and again, it is customary to use lowercase letters for package name. You also follow that. Lowercase letters for package name. So now some comments I have put. Another simple example follows. Look, another simple example follows. A two-dimensional array in Java is nothing but an array of one-dimensional arrays. A two-dimensional array is nothing but an array of one-dimensional arrays. Because of this, you can also create a two-dimensional array where individual one-dimensional arrays has different length as shown in the following. It has got the individual one-dimensional arrays has got different length as shown here. Fine, very simple. You know it because we have done so many of such examples. Look, call this file as td.java. td.java. What does it mean? We are going to create a class by name td. As I said, see the class is td. Public class td. The name of the class is td. Because the name of the class is td, we are calling the file as td.java. td.java file. After that, public class td, then open the brace. Next line, open the brace. Next, we are calling the main function public static void main string args. Close the bracket. Next line, again open the brace. Now we are creating the, or we are just writing the code for the relevant program. Look, it's of type string. This time the array is of type string, S capital A, S, then string followed by a pair of square bracket, again followed by another pair of square bracket. The name of the array is salutation. Salutation. The name of the array is salutation. See, keep that the array is of type string. then is equal to, open the brace. This is the opening, outer brace. Next line, again within brace, Mr. within double quote, Mr. comma, again Mrs. within double quote, comma, Miss within double quote. All Mr., Mrs. and Miss are in double quotes. Close the brace, put a comma here. This is the 0th row. This has got 2 rows, 0th row and 1th row. Look, next, again open the brace, Watson. That is within double quote. Close the brace. So Watson also is a string. Mr. is a string. Mrs. is a string. Miss is a string. All those string values we have kept within double quotes. Okay, fine. So this is the first row, the first array. This is a single dimensional array. First array. It has got, this actually for the salutation array, this is the 0th row. This is the 0th row. Or in other words, first row. 0th row is nothing but the first row. The next one is the 1th row. For the salutation array, the next row is the 1th row. Or in other words, second row. 0th row and 1th row. Or first row and second row. Fine. After that, you close the brace, put semicolon. You have to keep a semicolon after every program statement in Java. You know it. So this salutation array is now fully declared with the values. Fine. It's very simple to observe. The 0th row or the first row has got Mr. within double quote, comma, Mrs. within double quote, comma, Miss within double quote. It has got 3 elements or 3 columns. Whereas the next row or the second row or the 1th row, the index at 1th row is having only 1 column. It's having only 1 column. Whereas the 0th row had 3 columns and 1th row has got only 1 column. Okay, fine. It's all very simple. It's very clear from the example. I have very clearly mentioned everything. Okay, fine. Close the brace, put semicolon. Now look. Observe array salutation has, that's array salutation. The name of the array is salutation has 2 one-dimensional string arrays. 2 one-dimensional string arrays. First string array has 3 columns. Yeah, you know it. It has got 3 columns. And second has just 1 column. Second has got just 1 column. Fine. The first string array has got 3 columns, while the second one has got only 1 column. Fine. It's also very simple. Now look. System.out.println in bracket. Salutation within square bracket 0 followed by within again square bracket 0. 0th row and 0th column. That's it. Plus again. Plus salutation. See 1th row and again 0th column. First is always row. The second is column. So 1th row and 0th column. It is so. What is it? What is the 0th row and 0th column? This is the first 0th row. And 0th column is Mr. Look, Mr. 0th column is Mr. So this is 0th row and 0th column. This will come Mr. Next salutation. 1th row and 0th column. See what is 1th row? Watson. 0th. 1th row is Watson. And 0th column is again Watson. In 1th row, 0th column, we have Watson. That's why we are getting Mr. Watson. So the output is Mr. Watson. The 0th rows, 0th rows, 0th column. The 0th rows, 0th column. That is 0, 0. Plus 1th rows, 0th column. 1th rows, 0th column. Hence, Mr. Watson. So the output will be Mr. Watson. You can see the output is Mr. Watson. Next. System.out.println again bracket salutation. The name of the array salutation. Again 0 followed by 1. In square bracket 0 followed by in square bracket 1. Plus salutation again 1 0. Salutation. 1th row 0th column. That will come as Mrs. Watson. For example, what is it? 0 1. That is actually this is actually the 0th row, 1th column. 0th row. So, 0th rows, 1th column. 0th rows, 1th column. It is misses. 0th rows, 1th column is misses. Row is again 0 only. 0th row, 1th column. This is the 0th column. This is the 1th column. This is the 2th column. So 0th rows, 1th column is misses. You are getting misses. Plus salutation 1 0. That is 1th rows, 0th column. 1th row means the next Watson. Its 0th column is Watson. So that's it. Hence you are getting Mrs. Watson. You are getting Mrs. Watson. Earlier we are getting Mr. Watson. Next you are getting Mrs. Watson. You see the output, Mr. Watson, and in the second case, Mrs. Watson. Okay, it's very simple program. Close the brace at this point. Close the brace at this point. It is actually the closing brace for the main function. After that, this is the closing brace for the class TD. TD's definition is coming to an end at this point, or the program is coming to an end at this point. So that is the end of the program. The class name is TD. Its definition is coming to an end at this point. That means the program has come to an end at this point. So it's a very simple program. So now everything we will just say, we will run it. Yeah, Mr. Watson, then Mrs. Watson. See, Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson. Very simple. I think it's very, very simple and very clear. Go through the program and understand the logic. Very simple program, but fine. It's a beautiful program. Now we will come to an end. Yeah, we are considering more simpler examples from multidimensional arrays. Look. See, package, my package 2. We are using the same package. You know how to create a new class inside a given package that we have always again and again showed you. Go to new, come to class, click class. Then you write, this time our class name is my test array. My test array. You just type in my test array here. I have done. So you just do my test array. And then you click this public static void main string args. As I told you, it will help you to create the main function also in the generated code. Even if it is not there also, no problem. But it's better that you use the facility offered by Eclipse. Okay, fine. It's a very simple mechanism. Several times I have shown you. Again and again I am showing you. You should not forget. Because how to use the Eclipse ID, you should be thorough with that. Okay, fine. Just click cancel. Okay, fine. Very, very simple. So again, now this program also is, as I told you, it's also kept within the package my package 2. So package my package 02, my package 02 semicolon. Package my package 02. What is the specialty? I told you the package name should be in lowercase. It's better to keep the package name in lowercase. Fine. Now look, some comments I have put. Let us see more simple examples to declare, instantiate, and initialize, and even print the two-dimensional arrays. Okay. We declare, instantiate, initialize, and print the two-dimensional arrays. Fine. It's very simple. We know the process very well. Now, call this file as mytestarray.java. mytestarray.java. Now, what does it mean? We are now going to create a class by name mytestarray. That's why mytestarray.java. Okay. Next. Okay. As I suggested, look, the class name is public class mytestarray. The name of the class is mytestarray. Hence, the file name is mytestarray.java. Since the class name is mytestarray, the file name is mytestarray.java. You know all those things. Next, we open the brace. After that, we are coming out with our main function, public static void main in bracket string args, close the bracket. Then next, open the brace. Now we are actually declaring and initializing a 2D array as under. Look, we are now writing the code relevant for this program. Look, declaring and initializing a 2D array like this. Int my array, a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket. So here also, now here we are using int. See, we have kept the array name first and then the square brackets. Okay, there are so many small slight differences in the syntax. You know the differences very well. So int, the name of the array is my array. It's of type int. So int my array, a square bracket, a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket is equal to. Open the brace. Again open the brace. We are keeping the element or element values. We are keeping the values. Open the brace. Next inside again open the brace. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then close the brace, comma. Again open the brace. 2, 4, 5. Close the brace, comma. Again open the brace. 4, 4, 5. Close the brace. Close the outer brace and semicolon. Fine. So we have got 3 rows. Each row has got 3 columns. It's all very evident from seeing the declaration. There are 3 rows. Each row has got 3 columns also. It's very simple, a very simple multidimensional array of type int. Name is my array. Okay. Printing 2D array. We are now going to print the 2D array. So for that, we are using the for loop. I told you, we are using the for loop. Printing 2D array. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than 3, semicolon, I plus plus, close the bracket. For in bracket, int I is equal to 0, semicolon, I less than 3, semicolon, I plus plus, close the bracket. Next, again, next line, open the brace, again. This is the outer for loop. This is the inner for loop. For int j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than 3, semicolon, j plus plus. Each individual row has 3 columns each. I already told you. There are 3 rows and 3 columns. Each row has got 3 columns also. That's why each individual row has 3 columns each. So that's why you are now working on the columns. So for int j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than 3, semicolon, j plus plus, close the bracket. Then next line, open the brace. Then system.out.print. It's not print ln, it is system.out.print. In print, you know the difference between print and print line. Open the bracket, within bracket, my array, within square bracket, I, again within square bracket, j. The whole thing is plus, there is a space, a single character space like this. Close the bracket, put semicolon. Look. System.out.print, it's not print line, print in bracket, my array, within square bracket, I, again within square bracket, j, plus a single character space. Close the bracket, put semicolon. Look. Why a single character space? Look, I have very clearly mentioned it. A single character space helps to separate the individual elements in the array with a minimum of 1 character space. Look at the output. Look. 1, 2, 3. 2, 4, 5. 4, 4, 5. Look. Between 1 and 2 and between 2 and 3, there is a minimum of 1 character space. If you are moving it apart again if you are keeping as 2 character space, it will be again widely spaced. There is no need of widely spaced. So give a minimum of 1 character space. So between these row elements, there is a space of at least 1 character space. That's why this space is a must. For example, if you are removing this, see, you just remove this plus sign and this space, this double quotes, and then you rerun. It will be closely packed. 1, 2, 3. It will be closely packed. There won't be any space between the individual elements. That's why we are keeping this minimum 1 character space like this. That's what. Very clearly I have mentioned a single space helps to separate the individual elements in there. It's a must. We should keep this minimum 1 character space like this. Then close the brace. Here it is. We are now closing the brace. Now look. Here we are used to print. What is the difference between print and print line? In the case of print, the cursor will stay on the same line. It will not come to the next line. Look. That's why next I have put system.out.print line within, then open, then semicolon. Look. This print line method brings the cursor to the next line. This print line method brings the cursor to the next line. For example, if you are remote, then okay, I'll show that. Okay. So then here is this is the closing brace for the outer for loop. or the outer for loop. In the outer for loop, you have got this inner for loop also. Look. So this closing brace is for the outer for loop, and this is actually the closing brace corresponding to the this main function. This is the closing brace corresponding to the main function. And finally, this is the closing brace for the class my test array. The class definition my test array comes to an end at this point. That means it's actually the closing. That is actually the end of the program. This is the closing brace for the class my test array's definition. My test array definition is coming to an end at this point. That means the program has come to an end. Very simple. The program has come to an end. So this is also a very important step. One single system.out.println. This println method brings the cursor to the next line. Now imagine a situation. This is okay. I will just save everything. We will run it. Already I have run it again. See 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5. That's our array. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5 array. It's given in the form of a two-dimensional array like this. Okay. Fine. Now look. One thing I want to tell you. Suppose, as I told you the importance of this single space. One character space is a must at least. That's the reason why we have got space between the elements in the array here. Now look, suppose I remove this system.out.println like this. Suppose I do it like this. I save it. As I told you, in this case, it will be very funny. Look. See, you are getting the, see, it's like this. As I told you, the print function will not bring the cursor to the next line. The cursor will stay on the same line. It will not come to the next line. That's why, if this line was not there, the output would have been like this. All in a single line. So that's a must. You should have this particular statement is a must. One system.out.println. Okay, fine. I think it's very simple to understand. Everything is very simple. Now, fine. Now again we have removed it. We have removed the double quote, comment, and we have come. Now let us see. Again we will run it. See, we have got 1, 2, 3. Next line 2, 4, 5. Next line 4, 4, 5. This is the multidimensional array. It's printed perfectly well. It's absolutely okay. A very simple program. It's a two-dimensional array with 3 rows and each row having 3 columns. 3 columns. Fine. Okay, we will come to an end. Yeah, we are coming out with another program using this for each loop. This is actually called for each loop. It is not for loop, it is for each loop. See, this is also in the same package, okay, namely package my package 02. We are using my package 02 for this program also. Look, my package 02. To include a new class in a given package, it's as simple. Just right click, go to new, come down to class, and here you type the class name. Here my class name is my class 2. You type my class 2 and you, as I told you, this one, you click this public static void main string args. You know why it is all done. We have several times we have discussed it. Okay, close it. Now look, it's a very simple program. Package my package 02 semicolon. Now loop through an array with for each loop. This loop is called for each loop. Look, there's also a for each loop which is used exclusively to loop through elements in arrays. It is mainly used for looping through elements in the array. Syntax is very simple syntax. For in bracket type, then variable, colon, array name, close the bracket, open the brace, next again code, then close the brace. Fine, it's very simple. So here you are putting the data type, then the variable, maybe index or whatever be, put colon and array name, fine. It's very, very simple. Then you can write the code in between and then closing the brace. Now it's very simple approach. The following example outputs all elements in the cars array. We are now declaring an array by name cars array using a for each loop. See, call this file as myclass2.java. myclass2.java. What does it mean? We are going to create a class by name myclass2. Look, it's true only. Look, public class myclass2. The name of the class is myclass2. Hence, we have the file name as myclass2.java. myclass2.java file. The class name is myclass2. So public class myclass2. Then next line, open the brace. Next, we are calling the main function. Static void, public static void main in bracket. String args, close the bracket. Next line, open the brace. Then we are now declaring one array. It's of type string. Name of the array is cars. So string, put a pair of square bracket like this to indicate that it's an array. So it's of type string. That's why string here. S is capital. Please observe. String cars is equal to, open the brace, Volvo within double quote, comma, BMW within double quote, comma, Ford within double quote, comma, Mazda within double quote. Close the brace, put semicolon. So this is a very simple string array with some 4 elements. Okay, fine. With elements like Volvo within double quote, BMW within double quote, comma, Ford within double quote, comma, Mazda within double quote. Close the brace, put semicolon. Fine. The name of the array is cars. It's of type string. Okay, very, very simple. Now look, we are using the for each loop. Look, for in bracket, string, the type is string. Then that, see, we have the variable we are using I. Put a colon like this, then the name of the array cars. Close the bracket. The next line, open the brace. System.out.print line in bracket I. Close the bracket, put a semicolon, then this is the closing brace, and this is the closing brace for the main function, and this is the closing brace for the myclass2 definition, or the class definition myclass2 is coming to an end at this point. Very simple. So we are using the syntax for in bracket string I space I colon cars. That's a for each. That's the for each syntax. Okay, fine. See, the program has come to an end. The example above can be read like this. For each string element, see, called I as an index. In cars, print out the value of I. Print out the value of I. For each string element in cars, the array cars, print out the value of I. Very simple. If you compare the for loop and for each loop, you will see that the for each method is easier to write. Comma, it does not require a counter using, see, it does not require a counter in bracket using the length property. Again, comma, and it is more readable. It's more readable. It's one of the most convenient syntax in Java. See, this for each mechanism. For each is a very, very, very convenient in comparison with the for loop. Fine. So now, okay, we will just save everything. Now click this. So we are getting the output as Volvo, next line, BMW, then Ford, then Mazda. The output has been written line by line. Fine, it's very simple, a program. So now, that's okay. I have put the, it's all very, very simple. The for each loop, the syntax also I have explained. See, the example above can be read like this. For each string element, in brackets, called I as an index. As in index. Look, I, we are using it, I. In cars, in the array cars, print out the value of I. Print out the value of I. Fine. If you compare the for loop and for each loop, you will see that the for each method is easier to write. It does not require the counter in bracket using the length property, comma, and it is more readable. Okay, fine. It's very much widely used in Java for managing arrays iteration. See, you're iterating through each elements in an array. We are using always this for each loop in Java. Fine. It's very simple. Now, I think we have already run it. Once again, I will run it and show. Okay, fine. Now, I think it will come to an end. See, again, we are coming with a 2D array. This is a two-dimensional array, again. Again, we are using the same package, myPackage02. See, my package 02. So, in this myPackage02, we are now incorporating another class by name myClass3. By name myClass3. You know how to do it? Very simple it is. Go to this package, right click, just go to new, come down to class, and here you write the class name. Actually, here it is myClass3. Like that, you can write whatever class name you want, myClass3. But don't forget to tick this also, because this will automatically give you the main function, function code also. In the generator code, the main function, public static void main string arts. This also will be separate if you are clicking this. You use it. It is free from Eclipse. Enjoy that and do it. We have done this several times. The process is very simple. I just close it. Okay, now look, we will go through this simple program. So again, package myPackage02 semicolon. You are using the same package, myPackage02. Package myPackage02 semicolon. Next, we can also use a for loop inside another for loop to get the elements of a two-dimensional array. We still have to point it to the two indexes. Okay, fine. That is very clear. Next, call this file as myClass3.java. This file we are calling as myClass3.java. Why? As a result, what is happening? Now we will have to create a class by name myClass3. That's true. Come to the next slide. Look, public class myClass3. Because the class name is myClass3, we have the file name as myClass3.java. The file name is myClass3.java, and hence the class name we have put as myPublic class myClass3. Fine. Then open the brace. Next, we are calling the main function public static void main in bracket string args, close the bracket. Now comes next opening brace. Now we are declaring one simple two-dimensional array by name numbers of type int. Int, a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket. Then the name of the array numbers is equal to, open the brace, inside again open the brace, 1, 2, 3, 4, close the brace, comma. Next, again open the brace, 5, 6, 7, close the brace, again close the outer brace, then semicolon. Look. So there is an outer brace. So inside that there are two arrays, two one-dimensional arrays. 1, 2, 3, 4, one array, another array is 5, 6, 7. Okay, fine. It's very simple. You are very much familiar with this. So we have declared the array as well as initializing it. The values. Everything is very simple. Now look, we are using the for loop. Look, for int I is equal to 0, semicolon, I less than numbers dot length. Numbers is the name of the array, numbers dot length, semicolon, plus I, close the bracket. So it finds the number of rows in the numbers array. So this dot length will give you the total number of rows in the numbers array. There are actually 2 rows. Okay, fine. That's why numbers dot length, semicolon, plus I, close the bracket. Okay, fine. After that, open the brace. I have very clearly meant it finds the number of rows in the numbers array, in the given array, numbers array. Next, so that was the outer loop. This is the inner loop. Next, inside this for loop, another for loop. For in bracket int j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than numbers I dot length, semicolon, plus j, close the bracket. See, this finds the number of columns in each row. This particular code will find the number of columns in each row. So the first row has got 4 columns, the second row has got 3 columns, like that. So this will find the number of columns in each row. So that's why for int j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than numbers I with square bracket I, numbers I dot length, semicolon, plus j, close the bracket, open the brace, then system dot out dot print line in bracket numbers in square bracket I followed by in square bracket j, close the bracket, put semicolon, fine. Close the brace here for the inner loop, and this brace, closing brace is for the outer for loop, and this closing brace is for the main function, and finally this closing brace is for the definition of my class 3. The my class 3's definition comes to an end at this point, or in other words, that is the end of our program. Our program comes to an end at this point. Fine. It's very simple. It's a very simple, very simple program. So there are two loops, one for loop, an outer loop, and another for loop, an inner loop. The inner for loop will find out the length of the number of columns in each row. See, it finds the number of columns in each row. Fine. The other one finds the number of rows in the array, given array, that is numbers array. Fine. It's very simple, then it's printing. Now look, we will just save everything, then we will just type, click this to run it. Yeah. See the lines, you see all the values are getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. So the elements are being printed line after line. 1, 2, 3, 4. First array, the first column's number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next column's number is 5, 6, 7. So all things are printed line by line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fine. It's a very simple program. Very simple program. Fine. We will now come to an end. Yeah, we are coming out with one more program from arrays. Look. We are coming out with one more program from arrays. Look. This also we are using the same package. For this program also we are using the same package, namely my package 02. The same package, my package 02. You know the process of creating a new class in a given package. Right click, and you know all those process. You are familiar with that process again and again. I don't have to repeat the process. So now we will directly go into the program. Look, package, my package 02, semicolon. Now some comments I have put. Look, manually allocate differing sizes for second dimension in the array. For the second dimensions in the array, we can manually allocate differing sizes. See, call this file as 2dagain.java. Call this file as 2dagain.java. What does it mean? We are going to create a class by name 2dagain. Look, it's true. Look, public class 2dagain. You know the process of how to create the class with the help of this mechanism. Right clicking, just going to new and then coming to class. You know this process very well. Here you are writing the name of the class 2dagain, and this one, this you always tick. Okay, you know the process very well. Okay, I'm just closing it. So okay, fine. So public class 2dagain. Next line, open the brace. Now we are calling the main function. Look, public static void main string in bracket string args. Close the bracket. Close the bracket. Next, open the brace. Now we are actually coming into the program. Now we are declaring a two-dimensional array by name 2D. The name of the array is 2D. 2D, after that we have a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket. And this two-dimensional array is of type int. That's why int 2D, the name of the array, then a pair of square bracket followed by another pair of square bracket is equal to new int within square bracket 4, then the next square bracket is, there is nothing inside. So then semicolon. Look. So new int, first square bracket contains 4, the second square bracket is having no values, nothing. This is the one that we are going to subsequently allocate with specific column size. This is the row and this is the column. You know it. So in the 2D, a pair of square brackets followed by another pair of square brackets. So the name of the two-dimensional array is 2D of type int. It has got 4 rows and columns. So new int within square bracket 4 followed by a empty square bracket. Put semicolon. It has to be there. Then we are now initializing each column. See, first for the first row, what is the number of columns? For the second row, what is the number of columns, etc. 2D with the square bracket 0 is equal to new int with the square bracket 1 semicolon. That is the 0th row. 0th row index 1 column, that is first row. So this way, this assignment will make for the 0th row index 1 column, there is only 1. New int within square bracket 1 semicolon. Next, again 2D within square bracket 1 is equal to new int within square bracket 2 semicolon. Look, that is for first row index 2 column, that is second row. For the second row 2 columns. For the first row there was only 1 column. For the second row 2 columns. Again 2D within square bracket 2 0 1 2 2D with square bracket 2 is equal to new int with square bracket 3, put semicolon. That means for second row index 3 columns, that is third row. We will have 3 columns for the third row. For the third row we will be having 3 columns. Then 2D with a square bracket 3 is equal to new int with a square bracket 4 semicolon. That is for third row index 4 columns, that is fourth row. The fourth row will be having 4 columns. So the first row will be having only 1 column, second row will be having 2 columns, and third row will be having 3 columns, and the fourth row, last row, will be having then 4 columns. Okay, fine. You can look at the output. Look, this is the first row, 1 column. This second row, 2 column. Then third row, 3 column. And fourth row, 4 column. See the output also. Okay, fine. This is very simple arrangement. So here we are actually assigning the columns by hand. Or we are actually individually assigning the specific column size for the given array 2D. So the rows are already fixed. There are 4 rows. 0th row, first row, second row, third row, and fourth row. There are only 4 rows. But each row has got a differing column size. That's what we have now assigned with this assignment. Fine. That's okay, fine. It's very clear to you. Now look. Then int I, j, k is equal to 0. Semicolon. So there we are now declaring I variables, I indexes, index values I, j, k is equal to 0. Fine. So now look, we will see the meaning of k. Everything you will be. Ij is for index of the two-dimensional array. K is actually, k will be denoting the actual element of the given two-dimensional array. K, the kth element, that is the specific element. For that only I am using this k. Don't worry, it will be very clear to you. Fine. For in bracket I is equal to 0, I less than 4. Okay, because there are I less than 4 means from 0 to less than 4, 0, 1, 2, 3. There are 4 rows. So I is equal to 0, I less than 4, semicolon, I plus plus, close the bracket. Next. For j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than I plus 1. It's very important to see that it is I plus 1, semicolon, then j plus plus, close the bracket. Unless you put this I plus 1, you won't get the correct. See that because of this code only, each row gets 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 elements each. Because of this code only. If you are not mentioning this 1, I plus 1, you won't be getting correctly like 1, 2, 3, 4 elements in each of the row. So very important to observe this. You can just check it You can remove this 1 and then you can check it. Okay, fine. So, but this is a very important point, step. For j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than I plus 1, semicolon, j plus plus. Close the bracket. Because of this code only, each row gets 1. See, first row 1, 2, this is here 2, then 3, see here 3, and then 4, here 4 elements each. Fine. Now look, then open the brace, then 2d I within square bracket I followed by within square bracket j is equal to k, semicolon. So this is the kth, the value in the given index. So the value in the given two-dimensional array, a specific value at the kth index. So that means the specific value at a, for example, this is the 0th row and 0th column. Now, then 1 is again 2th row and 0th column, but 2 is 2th row and 2th column. You know the meaning of what is meant by each element has got a specific row and column size. Every element has got a very specific row and column size. Column. Everything has got specifically one row and a column. So that is an individual element in the two-dimensional array has got an I value and a j value. That is, it has got a row value and a column value. Phi is equal to, we are initially to k is equal to k semicolon. Now look, I have just kept one. Then after that k plus plus semicolon, then close the brace. Now look, observe originally k is 0. See, we have initially k with 0. The first row value is 0. So you can look at it. The first row value is 0. Subsequently, k gets incremented by 1. Subsequently, I told you, k gets incremented by 1. Hence, elements in the second row becomes 2 and so becomes 1 and then 2. Originally it was 0. So subsequently k gets incremented by 1. Hence, elements in the second row becomes 1 and subsequently again it's incremented. It becomes 2. So in the second row the elements are now 1 and 2. It's very easy to observe. That is because of the incremental value of k. The scenario just continues like this in the third and fourth row also. The scenario just continues like this in the third and fourth row also. So first row, second row, third row also. So 2 is again incremented to 3, 3 incremented to 4, 4 incremented to 5. Again next, last, that is the fourth row. 5 incremented to 6, 6 incremented to 7, 7 incremented to 8, 8 incremented to 9, 5. Like that, each value is incremented by 1 in each row. Each row it is getting incremented by 1. Look, that is the reason why 2D in square bracket I followed by j is equal to k and then k plus plus semicolon. Okay, fine. I think this logic is very simple. You can understand. You understood it. Very clearly I have observed originally k is 0. The first row value is 0. Subsequently k gets incremented by 1. Hence elements in the second row becomes 1 and then 2. The scenario just continues like this in the third and fourth row also. Fine. It's very easy to understand. Absolutely simple logic. Then next. Again, for I is equal to 0, I less than 4. I is equal to 0, semicolon, I less than 4, semicolon, I plus plus, close the bracket. Open the brace. Next. For j is equal to 0, semicolon, j less than I plus 1. Similarly like here. J less than I plus 1, semicolon, j plus plus, close the bracket. Next. System.out.print, it's not print live, system.out.print in bracket 2D in square bracket I, again next square bracket j. So we have to system.out.print 2D, that's the array, in square bracket I and followed by in square bracket j, plus, see, one single space, plus one single space, close the bracket, semicolon. Next, system.out.println, semicolon. That also over semicolon. For that, what is the purpose of this? for new line. Print, the cursor will stay back on the same line with the print. With print ln only, the cursor will come to the next line. This particular code is very much familiar to you. You are familiar with this code. Already I have done a similar program in one of our earlier program. I have considered this code, and you are familiar with this code. For example, look, suppose I comment it out, the last system.out.println. I told you it is for new line. If I do it like this, now look, see, you are getting everything like this. So that means it will not move from first row to second row and second row to third row, third row to fourth row. It will not move if I don't have this system.out.println also. So that's why I remove it. That's the reason why I have kept this line. Very clearly I have told it is for new line. Okay. So now we have kept it back. See. And now look, if you run it, you will be getting the output correctly. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. So it's very simple to understand. Everything is very simple. Again, if you don't have this space, see, everything will be packed together. There won't be any space between the elements. Individual elements will not be spaced at all. This is the most ideal space, one character space. If you are giving more space, it will be more widely apart, widely spaced. That's not needed. So minimum one character space you have to give. This plus one character space. That's the reason why there is space between each element. Look, each element has got at least one character space. Okay, it's all very, very simple. Now, this is the closing brace for this loop. And this is the closing brace for our main public static void main. This is the closing brace. And finally, this is the closing brace for our class definition 2D again. Our class is by name 2D again. So this class definition is coming to an end at this point, and that is the end of the program. The program has come to an end. It's very simple a program. It's very simple a program. Look at the function of k, everything. You just go through this program, understand the logic very well, then you will be absolutely a master in arrays. Very fine. Now we will come to an end.